Hey Falcon Force, welcome back to the Nest. Today I'll be showing you the top 5 story games on Xbox Game Pass. First up, we have As Dusk Falls in 5th place. As Dusk Falls is an original interactive drama developed by Interior Night that explores the entangled lives of two families across 30 years. Starting in 1998 with a robbery gone wrong in small-town Arizona, the choices you make have a powerful impact on the characters' lives in this uncomprehending story of betrayal, sacrifice, and resilience. I want to start by saying, this game's animation and visuals were so weird. I thought it might change as I got further into gameplay, but nope, they never did. It used various pictures and PNGs for their characters and animated assets, which is cool if you're into that, but in my opinion, it was more distracting than it was cool. I mean, just look at this. I don't even know what's happening here. But the animation isn't why it's on the list. The story of the game starts you out with curiosity as you play as this character named Vince with his child named Zoe at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. You soon meet his wife, Michelle, and the grandfather, Joe, learning that they have bad blood. In addition to this, Vince and Michelle seem to be having a falling out. They were moving to a new place, but before you learn any more, Vince's family gets hit by our next few protagonists, Jay, Dale, and Tyler. I know, that's a lot of names in a short time, but you can handle it, you're awesome. These brothers clearly have family problems as they break into the sheriff's house, who happens to be their mom's ex-husband. There's a lot of unanswered questions. I didn't get far into the story and it was hard to stay entertained as I felt like I was watching a video more than playing a game. But like I said before, if you're into that, this game is definitely for you. The reason why I kept playing it though was for its quick time events. They scattered them in just enough places to keep me hooked until the next one arrived. Crud, there's an eyelash in my eye! Uh-oh. While they were fun, they felt way too short. I was mainly sitting there the whole time waiting for something to happen as there wasn't much choices to make. The voice acting was less than par, but still pretty entertaining. And there was no combat, and I'm not sure how they would have added it anyways, but the game is multiplayer. I mean, I wasn't able to play it multiplayer because my friends would rather play Fortnite than help me film a video. Oh, come on guys, it's not that bad. This game does have very unique aspects inside of it, and I did enjoy its authenticity. However, I don't think the game is for me. But, like I said, if you're into all these things that I listed, this game is definitely for you. My rating for this game is a 5 out of 10. Following closely behind is Tell Me Why in 4th place. What's that? Tell you why it's in 4th place? I'm so glad you asked! Tell Me Why is a story game made by Don't Nod Entertainment. It tells the adventure of two twins, Allison and Tyler Ronan, who reunite for the first time in 10 years after their mother's death. Wow, we get two Tylers back to back? That's actually kind of crazy. Upon returning to their childhood home in rural Alaska, the Ronans realize that their shared past may not be exactly as they remember it. The hook of this game is very alluring as you're open to a kid getting interviewed by a cop saying he killed his mother in self-defense. Crazy, I know. The game seems to be purely story as I played for 45 minutes to an hour and got no fighting, no action, and not that much drama actually either, aside from the beginning of the game. While the story felt really slow, the animation and graphics of the game were amazing to me. The views out on the water, the twins' old property, the design of their bedrooms. I mean, the rooms really looked like they'd been lived in. There was only one thing that was weird. The mouth movements. I mean, I don't know what this is. Why did they give a random zoom up of this lady's lips? These bold camera angles show off their lips. And how disgusting they look! I thought the characters were very expressive as their personas shine through their actions and overall lifestyle. Allison has a room covered with astrology and the solar system. Tyler wants to be a forest ranger who protects animals. Allison plans to give a teddy bear to Tyler as a gift. Tyler has a plant in his room that says, "Please give me water and sunshine," while it clearly sits in the shade. Allison is the serious one. Tyler is the jokester, probably to hide his searing, horrible pain that we haven't yet learned about. The interactions were pretty boring, as the only choice I made that seemed to have an impact was keeping the ring given to Tyler by a cop that took him to jail. Allison even mentioned it on her phone call that she so rudely took while we were talking. There's not much else to say about this game other than the subtitles were easy to read and they let you interact with pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm not looking at everything in here. It took me 2 minutes until throwing you into gameplay. The voice acting was alright, and overall, Tell Me Why is a pretty solid game. There, I told you why. My rating for this game is 7 out of 10. Here comes the third wheel, it's Outer Worlds taking 3rd place. Outer Worlds is a single-player, first-person sci-fi RPG from Obsidian Entertainment and Private Division. Lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you awake decades later only to find yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy threatening to destroy the Halcyon colony. You start out in mid-space until this guy wakes you up and tells you that you have to go find this other guy so that he can help you save some people, all of your normal sci-fi jazz, but the guy you're meant to find dies like right when gameplay starts. your ship crushes him. Speaking of which, because the character creation took so long and the cutscenes weren't exactly short, you don't get to gameplay for a whole 10 minutes or so. However, the graphics of this game were amazing, so I didn't mind sitting around and indulging in the story while waiting to play. The character creation felt like Dungeons & Dragons, with all of the skill points and stat assignments, but the gameplay felt more like Skyrim. Right after the tutorial, they gave me free reign. I'm sorry to disappoint anyone who wanted me to explain the story more. I didn't get that far. Let me explain myself. I got caught up in the amazing combat features, guns, swords, more guns. Did I mention guns? I didn't get far enough for more weaponry, but I had so much fun. They told me to go to this village so that I could get some parts to repair the ship that belonged to the guy that they sent me to find at the beginning of the game that our ship crushed. Yeah, that was a mouthful. But if you know me, you know, of course, that I didn't do that. Instead, I went to the village and got rid of them all. I have no idea why I thought it would be fun, but the idea popped into my head when I was walking past this guy. He looked at me funny, you know? I wonder what happens when I shoot this guy. Oh! He gets hurt! Huh. I tried to continue the story, but the guys I needed to talk to must have heard that I totally bodied someone in the streets and they wanted to kill me, so I very quickly left them alone. Until there was no one else in town to fight, and then I came back for them. Man, I'm such a horrible person. For anyone who thinks I'm not a real gamer because of this, don't worry, I saved before I did anything. Are you happy? Let's get back on track, shall we? I love the choices that you were able to make in the game. It felt like my words actually mattered, so I could influence people to do my bidding. I asked them questions that they would answer accordingly. I totally lied to this girl and told her to fight some enemies for me. The choices I got to make not even 30 minutes in made me feel like I was the character, which is a great thing for the player to experience. This game is out of this world! I'm sorry, I had to say it. My rating for this game is 8 out of 10. Next is our shining silver, Quantum Break, snatching second place. Quantum Break is an action-adventure third-person shooter video game developed by Remedy Entertainment and published by Microsoft Studios. Jack Joyce, the protagonist, granted time manipulation powers after a failed time machine experiment, comes into conflict with former friend Paul Serene over how to deal with an apocalyptic end-of-time situation. The story starts strong in this game with its cutscenes and graphics. The game starts you out with the line, "This is what you need to know," as it throws you into an interview between Jack and this woman that we know nothing about. All we can assume is that the story we're living out in this game is being told to someone else while we try to unravel the mysteries of time. They introduce some cool concepts along with some amazing characters. Time travel definitely gives you a lot of choices, story-wise, and from the short time that I played it, they really showed how much time and effort they put into making it. Ha, get it? Time. There was also this really funny part where they had me turn the key at the same time as the NPC to activate a machine, but like the dork I am, I didn't turn it just to see what would happen. I think this guy got mad at me. Not only is the story great, but the fighting is awesome too, as you fight against the Time Police. Their real name is the Monarch Solutions, but come on, I have the chance to call people the Time Police? Let me have this one. We're the Time Police. You've done some illegal actions in the future. Show me your time identification badge. This game mixes time control and manipulation in its fighting mechanics, while giving you the classic third-person gunfight scenario. I could freeze people in time. I can make shields by putting time bubbles in front of me. I could find out where the enemies were by a click of a button. I can also do this. Cool, right? Overall, they did a great job with the cards they got handed. Most games that have to do with time travel have a horrible story or horrible gameplay, but this game was fun in both aspects. The voice acting was great too. The dialogue was funny and engaging, the game felt immersive, the world had texture as there was more going on than just you and your story. The list goes on and on. I didn't feel like I was playing a game. I felt like I was experiencing a story that I could live out through someone else's eyes. As the player, that's something that I love. I think the only downside about this game is that you can't run at the beginning, and that sucks. I was walking for hours. Okay, maybe it was only 10 minutes, but still, so much walking. Can you imagine how happy I was when they let me run for the first time? I'm dancing! In all seriousness, the game was really fun. I would totally play it again, but we got one more game to get to. My rating for this game is 9 out of 10. At the top of our 5-layer pyramid, it's the Walking Dead Telltale series, shining in first place. The Walking Dead game series made by Telltale Games focuses on the character of Clementine, a young girl that is cared for by Lee Everett in this zombie... What's that? I can't call them zombies. Why not? Okay, fine. You're messing with my presentation here, okay? The series focuses on the character of Clementine, cared for by Lee Everett, our protagonist, in this post-apocalyptic world with rotting fleshbacks. Is that really any better? At the beginning of the game, you're placed in a cop car, supposedly going to jail for a murder that you didn't do until you hit one of the parasites on the road. This puts you right into gameplay as you make choices in the car, introducing how the overall gameplay of the game will work. If you've never played a Telltale game, let me explain it for you. You're placed in a world, most of the time, it's popular TV shows or movies or book series that allow you to take control of the characters in the same universe. You're the star as the choices you make influence the whole story. It could be as simple as telling someone one thing and telling someone else another to get your way, even to the point of choosing someone else's life over another. Yeah, this game doesn't play. I'm still eaten up inside at the fact that they had me choose over a child and an adult man, and people still got angry at me for choosing the child. This is the zombie apocalypse, people, man up! This game had me verbally calling out to characters, especially Lee, as he tripped so many times in the short amount of time that I played. There was this time, and who could forget this time? Oh my gosh, again! The gameplay moved from situation to situation, from location to location. I mean, I was in a car, in a forest, in a house, in the streets, in a barn, then I was building a fence. This is only the first episode. There's even more than that in the first season, and even in the second. I should say, I wasn't even able to finish the first episode, even though I played the game longer than all the others. There was so much gameplay packed into this small game, and the game's replayability is amazing because of the choices you can make. It causes the game to become so addicting as you try to experience every situation. Unlike As Dusk Falls and Tell Me Why, this game incorporates not only decision making, but it has action, high stakes situations, fighting, more fighting, relationship building, fun tasks, more fighting, quick time events. I can continue, by the way. Maybe I'm biased because I've played the whole game before. Actually, I played Season 1, Season 2, and I would have played Season 3 if they had it available back when I played it. Gah! The game makes you feel like you are the character, living in a rundown world where walkers rule the earth, and your only job is to survive. You have one job, man. You can tell how much time the creators put into this game whenever you make a choice. You can clearly see the impact it has on all the characters. And this game doesn't hold back. They force you to kill your first rotter in less than 5 minutes into gameplay, and the first death took even less than that. I could have binged the whole game once again. My rating for this game is 9.5 out of 10. To wrap things up, these are the top 5 games I feel Xbox Game Pass has to offer in this area of gaming. When you don't know what games to play, these are great choices. They all offer something unique and fun, which is the atmosphere every gamer loves. If you don't agree, or you have some games that you'd like me to try, list them in the comments below. If I helped you in any way, drop a like and consider joining the Falcon Force by subscribing. Stay strong and fly on, everyone.